Hey folks, Jeff here at Backcountry. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Always something new going on around here. Today, I'm a cobbler. You might be saying, I love cobbler. Well, down here in Texas, we're quite fond of peach cobbler as well, and I like blackberry cobbler too. But I'm not that kind of cobbler today. Today I'm fixing shoes. Cobbler's somebody who makes or repairs shoes. That's what I'm doing today. What is it with the quality of things these days? I tell you what, you go out and spend a fortune on a pair of boots, and then they fall apart. It just ain't right. Quality of stuff ain't what it used to be. Let's take a look. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is a nice pair of Justin boots. They got steel toes. So you can see there's the label that shows you Justin. That's a name brand. Usually a pretty good boot. Honestly, my Ariats do the exact same thing. So I don't know. You spend $100+ on a pair of boots. You don't want them to be falling apart. But look at this. Every single pair of boots I got, it don't matter who made them, suffers the same thing. Tread separation. You can see it's all the way through and on the heel. I don't know if it's the quality of the glue they're using nowadays or what, but it happens on every pair of boots that I buy. Several pairs of Ariats, even my old military combat boots, Bellevilles, same thing. Maybe I got some kind of magic dirt out here or something, but here you can see where this one I glued back together, and it holds up fine. Once I glue them, they typically stay glued. Haven't had a problem. Now I will tell you that I've tried different kinds of glue. When I first did it, I tried to just use some contact cement. It didn't hold up at all. But there's one glue that holds up every single time, and it's this shoe goo. You can get it at Walmart, Amazon, wherever. I mean, it's pretty widely available. And it just seems like rubber cement or whatever, but it's got some kind of magic formula or something, because this stuff holds up. And so this is what I end up gluing every single pair of boots that I have, shoe goo. And I always keep a tube handy because this just always happens. So what I'm going to do is, I see there's a little pebble or rock in there somewhere. I saw it. Got to get that out. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if you can see. There you go. You can see it in there. So I'll get that out. I'll kind of get a paper towel, a little bit damp, and just kind of wipe it out to clear most of the dirt, so it's kind of clean. Let that dry, and then I'm gonna put some shoe goo in there. And there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can put it on a flat surface and try to weigh it down or whatever, but I find that a set of clamps works about as good as anything. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue it, put glue in there, clamp it down, and let it dry. And then these boots will be right back to being good boots again. But I tell you what, I shouldn't have to do this on every dang pair of boots I own. Let me know in the comments if y'all have the same problem. Maybe it's just my magic dirt here cuts boots up, melts the glue, I don't know. But let me know if y'all are experiencing the same thing. Maybe it's something with the quality. Alright, so I just took a paper shop rag, got it damp, washed those out, got that little rock out of there. Just kind of cleaned the dust off so the glue will stick better. Now I gotta let it dry, and then we'll get some shoe goo in there. Now you can see from the tread on these boots, they ain't that old. I mean, these are not well-worn boots. They should have a lot of life left in them. They're not even close to being wore out. And it happens with every pair I own. Alright, it's had time to dry and everything. I went and changed the oil on one of our generators while I waited. Now I just opened my tube of shoe goo and I'm going to try to squeeze into the gap. And I get it on my fingers because I use them. But when it dries, it just peels right off. It's kind of fun to peel off. It's like you're peeling your skin off, but it's just glue. Anyway, so we put a bunch in there, and then I try to get it down in there and get it on both sides. If you just put it in there and squeeze it, then a lot of it comes out. So what I try to do is to help spread it around. So I use my finger and I get it all over my finger, and then later I peel it off. Not a big deal. So you can see there, it's thick back here at the gap. So I just take that off, bring it up where it's not thick, kind of push it back in. I'm sure you've glued stuff before, so I kind of use the concept of like contact cement, where you get it on both sides and then push it together, and it'll want to come back apart, but that's okay. It doesn't dry that fast, so you got time to work with this. So now I'm doing the same thing on the other side, and this was split all the way through, so I mean literally I could stick my finger from one side of the boot to the other. So getting it on both sides and work it in, make sure I got good coverage. And I use the same finger so I don't get it all over all my fingers. Because while it's fine to peel off later, I don't want to be doing that with my entire hand. Same thing, I got it all the way through, and then I squeeze it back, and you can see some comes out. You just kind of look to see, okay, where is it good and where is it maybe not enough. Work it around a little bit, then it'll squeeze it out. And then I take this excess, since I also had the heel. Oops, my tube is still leaking a little bit here, but I think I got enough on my finger to finish the heel, so I'll close that back up, and then I'll do the same thing with the heel portion. Just work it in there and try to work it onto both sides, all the way from one end of the gap to the other. And I can feel it starting to dry a little bit. That's fine. That's what you want. And so once you think you got enough throughout the boot to seal it good, go back, push it together again, and it'll keep working out. So I always tend to get extra. And I kept that rag that I used to wipe this together, or to wipe it down, so that I can also wipe my finger, and you can see, just peel it off, see? It's almost fun. Anyway. And then I'm going to take my clamp and try to figure out the best place. Now I've had, where I've done these, where I've had like 4 different clamps going on these things, and that's fine if you got them. Unfortunately, I don't have enough clamps, or I probably do, I just don't know where they're at. And so you can see that's sandwiched together pretty well. Just this one spot here at the back that wants to pull out. So I just help it along a little. The other side, you can see it's all open. So I'm going to have to put a clamp on that one too. So I want to try to sandwich this as best I can. Now if you get a lot of excess glue on the side, it doesn't matter. When it dries, you can trim it off with a razor blade if it bothers you, or you can just leave it. Ain't gonna hurt a thing. So I'll keep working this by hand while it dries up a bit until it seems like it's set enough that I don't need to keep messing with it. And it doesn't take really that long. And it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect either. If there's a little itty bitty gap in there in some places, that's okay. It still seems to hold up. I haven't had any come apart yet. And if it bothers you, you can always go back after the fact and put some, you know, kind of put some there and push it in with your finger and fill it in. I've done that too. And that's just to keep debris out. Depending on where you're gluing, you can also put your boot on a flat surface and put weight on it. Alright folks, it's been drying for several hours and it is all repaired. Now I did take a utility knife and kind of shave the excess off of there, just to show you that you can clean it up if you want to. It doesn't really bother me. Normally, to be honest, I leave it, but you can see both sides are repaired. Now here's the other one. I repaired this one about 2 weeks ago, so you can see the glue. It just gets dirty and kind of blends in. It ain't a big deal. And these are work boots, so I ain't making a fashion statement. As always folks, appreciate you watching our videos. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free, and that's how you help our channel, and you get notified when we put out more videos. And You won't want to miss our videos because it's always something different. Sometimes it's even a little bit crazy. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.